Alright guys, welcome back to some more Farming Simulator 17. That is right, I already did something wrong. So today, firstly, it's been a while since the last one, and I do actually have a valid excuse this time, which is life has been extremely busy, and I simply have not had the time to record or edit anything. So, yeah. I do not know if and or when I'm gonna have time to record or edit going forward. So, just so everyone knows, you know, videos may be sporadic, which is nothing new for the channel, I know, but you don't need repairs. I guess you don't need repairs. But, you know, we're back now, and I've got a plan. So, since the last one, you will have seen probably in the intro that I sold a lot of, logs. A huge amount of logs. And I've decided that we're going to sell the New Holland, the plow, and the pickup. I just want to repair it first. And I'm gonna reset that as well, but we're not gonna sell the pickup right away because I've got something to show you. Because I, you know, obviously I had to get all those logs from somewhere, right? And that place that they're from is what we called the Southern Forest. I think that's what we called it. Now, another thing I want to mention is the sound will be different again. Because I've gone back to my old system. But I have updated OBS, so I've got like yet another different system. But it's also, it's the most similar to the original system. If that makes any sense. Now, with all this money, I was trying to decide what we want to do with it, right? Do we want to save it? Do we want to upgrade our equipment? Or do we want to continue with the logging business, because it is ridiculously profitable. Every load of lumber is about $45,000 each, right? And this is the situation of this forest, right? It's a bit nighttime, so you can't see quite so well because YouTube, but this entire area was all trees, and as you can see now, it's not so much trees anymore. But yeah, we're gonna sell this as well because we really don't need it, because we can just teleport everywhere because we're a magical farmer person. Other than like, we can't teleport up there, that's why I drove up there to show you before selling this thing. But yeah, I mean, it's fun to go this fast, sure, but it doesn't get us money, does it? So, put you in the box, and free money. $333,000. That's quite a few dollars. Now, what I just want to check is this is the last stage of growth, which is good, which means we might be able to harvest today. This one needs one more stage of fertilization, and it's currently on the second stage, I think, so when we're harvesting this, we can be fertilizing this. So, just to go over my three ideas. One of them, as I say, is very simple, which is just to save the money for now until we need something. The other one is field 10. Next to the sawmill. Currently it's got canola in it, which I would actually not want to harvest because it's so far away from the farm. You have to bring the harvester all the way over here, which just isn't worth it. So I do jobs here until it was cultivated, and then we'd buy it, and then we'd get the, I'm not entirely sure what it is it? It's Damcon, this thing, the tree planter. It's extremely slow, but it doesn't cost a lot per day, and the horsepower requirement is low as well. And then we'd buy the pallets, $40 each, with 20 trees in each, right? I don't know how many trees would fit in this field, and I also don't know how long they would take to grow. However, because it's right next to the sawmill, I feel like that could be a really efficient way of making money, depending, like I say, on how long it takes. Obviously there are still trees absolutely everywhere, right? We could chop down these few, but working in that forest was so difficult with all the lumps and bumps on the terrain that a field like this, like, it's quite flat, you know, it'd be pretty much perfect for forestry. And I'm tempted to try it just because I've never done it before. I've never used the tree planter. But my worry is that they would take so long to grow that it would kind of make it all a bit irrelevant to do. The other idea I had was to buy the JCB Fast Track 8000 for $225,000. 280 horsepower, $370 a day. One of the, well, joint fastest tractor in the game, along with the other JCB. And the ability to upgrade it to 310 horsepower if we wanted to, which would be enough for, hell, even the biggest plow in the game, but also this plow. It would be enough for, I think the biggest sower in the game. Yeah, biggest sower in the game. What about cultivators? Almost biggest cultivator in the game? What did we say? What did we say it was? If we put this on it? 310, yeah, it could take like the second biggest cultivator in the game as well. This one. And then, would it also be enough for... It should be, hang on, I'm lost. Where is it? The one that does... the other crop types? Yeah, easily. So, it would do everything for us, right? It would do carting, it would do planting, it would do plowing. But do we really need that right now? Not really. Equally, we don't really need a huge amount of, you know, more money from the forestry, because we have these 5 fields all growing, plus tons of stuff in storage. Well, soon to be tons of stuff in storage once we've harvested. This is only going to get more and more, right? We're going to stock up and keep stocking up until we get a great demand for whatever, and then loads of money, right? However, there is also the fourth option I don't particularly want to do, of buying a couple of solar collectors. So that would be 250,000 for 2, which would leave us with 130, and that would be $90 an hour. So $180 times 24, which I will just do. That means over $4,000 per day. The other question is, if we were to do the planter option, the tree planter option, is, would we want to buy this as well? It says very large trees cannot be processed. Does that mean that poplars can't be processed, or does it mean fully grown, is it fir trees? Birch, maple, oak. I don't know what type of tree the one that you plant is, because if you go to pallets, this says poplar, this just says pallet saplings. I don't know what type of tree it is. It's either fir or pine or something. So what I'm actually gonna do real quick is I'm gonna be right back and I'm gonna look on like a forum or on the wiki, because the wiki's quite limited, so I'll see if like on Reddit someone's talked about how long the trees take to grow and or what that tree chopping machine can actually do. I will let this run in the background, I think, because I don't think there's anything else equipment-wise we need to sell. No. So yeah, I'll run this on, I guess, 15. And wait for these fields to grow, and I'll be right back after I've done a little bit of research. Okay, I've done a little bit of research, and from what I can find, the tree chopper machine here, this one, can't chop down fully grown pine trees, right? And the pine trees themselves take about an in-game week to grow. So we can't really afford this, like, with everything. So it would be a manual process. Oh, we're grown though. We're grown, okay. Action stations. So for now I'm gonna just continue to think about how we would do the forestry. Because it'd be a hell of a lot of waiting for trees to grow, and then chopping them all down manually and then loading them all up manually, so I don't think that's actually particularly worth it, at least with the equipment we've got right now. So these are soybeans, right? Yeah, so these can't have straw, well, they don't create straw. So you're gonna go on a worker. Actually, wait. I know it doesn't matter, but I like to make this, make the header look correct. There we go. Enjoy life. Now these two should be able to be harvested again. Which means we do need to bring the Voltra back. I don't know if I want to bring the trailer back. I'll leave it here for now, in case we decide to do something with this field. Which is the quickest way home? Probably this way. I'm also not entirely sure if the whole tractor idea is worth it either, because like I say, it's not like we particularly need said tractor, you know? The only thing off the top of my head that we might need it for is the fact that we bought that bigger trailer. It would be useful to have a bigger tractor to, you know, pull it easier, because right now we're going to have to be using the case, which is going to look horribly undersized. But yeah, like, we have a pretty good setup right now. We've got a decent harvester, the ability to replant immediately with no cultivation. We've got the sprayer, we've got the big trailer. I don't know. Like I said, the easiest solution currently is to simply just save the money, and then when we do need something, we can decide at that point. That's awesome. Having a bigger harvester. Alrighty. That's a chainsaw. That's also a chainsaw. You need narrow tires. I should also repair the Voltra. That's $5,000 in repairs. Now, Did I leave the sprayer here? No, I think I left it in the same place as before. Yeah, there it is. Before I start with the before I start with the sprayer, it needs refilling, and I need to get the case. Case with a cosplay course with a new trailer. Hopefully, it all still works. It should. If we run into issues, then I'll have to redo it. Are you gonna continue to fill up? You are. Good. How ridiculous does it look? I mean, it's struggling to pull it even just with, like... nothing in it, which is less than ideal. You're correct, we want... I guess you... Which way did I set this up? Which way is it gonna face? I think I need to be pointing the other way. So... I mean, turn radius is pretty good. It's got steering wheels on the trailer, so... we should be fine. It's the wrong button. Okay, that should be set up and good to go. So over to these fields and fertilize them, and then... I guess I could do work in field 10, just on the off chance that I decide to go with that idea. Because it'll get us more money anyway. I don't know, I'll do some thinking while I'm doing this. I mean, here's the thing, right? Buying the tractor currently, its only purpose would be, well, its only two purposes would be transporting grain in our bigger trailer, right? And transporting logs easier in our current trailer. However, we already have chainsaw, tractor, and front loader, and weight, and log fork, and trailer, all perfectly able to load logs, and the stump cutter. Oh, what's going on with this stuff? I don't know what's going on with it, but it's probably fine. So... buying that planter and the field, in theory, is quite affordable and makes further use of the equipment we already own, right? My only concern is how tedious it will be first planting them, right? Because pallets and 3 miles an hour working speed. Then how tedious it will be to harvest them all, because manual harvesting, not using the chopping, not using the machine, it makes it all easier. And seeing to all the stumps afterwards would also probably be incredibly tedious. So I'm just not entirely sure if it's really worth it to do. Equally, again, I've never done it before, so it could be interesting to do anyway. There's always reasons to do and not to do something, isn't there? Another point is the fact that eventually we will or would run out of, like, trees already placed on the map. It would be difficult to, but that would eventually happen, and the map would also look awful if we were to completely remove every single tree. And we could eventually get into the poplar planting and poplar harvesting with a forage harvester, which is something else I've never done. So really, I'm leaning towards trying it, partly because we have the infrastructure to do it, right? Also, it's something I've never done before, and it will lead into something else I've never done before, which is interesting to do. And it's also much more affordable than another tractor. Plus, we know how profitable the forestry is, because each trailer load is about $45,000, right? Okay, that is all of the fertilization done. The thing is, I'm also thinking that I probably wouldn't do the tree planting in this episode, partly because it will run too long, partly because we would need to, like, we'd need the pallet forks for loading the pallets, loading the saplings into the planter. We'd also need possibly a trailer to transport pallets. And considering that we you know, we've got the log trailer, log fork, pallet fork, it would be an awful lot to try and all do at once. So that might be a problem. I don't know. So again, I'm just gonna keep just thinking about it for now, but it is definitely my primary choice at this point. I'll wash the Valtra because it is very dirty indeed. Make it look a lot nicer. I also just want to see something as well, because from what I've seen, you can actually, like from what I saw with the front loader, once you bought one colour you can buy every colour. Is that the case? Could I buy this for free? No. Yes. Yes, I have every colour, because I bought one colour, because that's how it works. I wish that there was a lilac colour, because lilac is my favourite, one of my favourite colours, along with orange. I'm just thinking, should we, like, try a different colour for a bit, you know? How would that look? It's alright. How about lime green? That's quite nice. Problem is, now that I've realised this, I have far too much choice. We could match the Massey Ferguson. Let's go with a nice simple red. Bright blue. In honor of the New Holland that we sold. We've also, of course, got the rim color that we have, like, infinite choice with as well. Like what would this look like? I mean, it's surprisingly good and nice, you know? We could do the funny and invert the colors. That's cursed. That's definitely cursed. I tell you what, actually, double orange. Why not double orange like that? Sure. So it's the same as it was before, but we've got orange rims as well. Yeah, that's quite nice. Okay. Cosmetics aside, how is this stuff doing? You're 31% full, and it appears to be working. You're working. We could be replanting. Or, you could be doing work in field 10. How long would it take? Shortest was 15 minutes. So about 10 minutes. How much is it to buy? 50,000. How much would we get for doing it? 10 minutes for probably about 10,000. Well, here's a thought, right? This can be working on the worker, on the AI worker. So there's that. So we could be doing all 3 jobs at once. And then that's stupidly efficient. So, these ones are going to be canola next, right? That was the idea. We would just swap between canola and soybeans, backwards and forwards. So, not O, it's Y. I went past it. What is O? O is nothing. N, however, is something. Right. Unfold. And hi you. Wrong button. Field 10. Sure, why not? All the jobs at once. But this is the kind of thing I am gonna cut out because it will take absolutely forever to do. Alright guys, it's been a few minutes. As you can see, I've been playing on real time the whole time. It's now 1:30 in game. About almost 7 o'clock in the evening in real life. Don't want you to know that, but there you go. It is what it is. Everything has worked relatively well. Which button is it? Why? I. It was just over 1 full trailer load of soybeans for all 3 fields. So, sadly not, you know, just 1 trailer load or a more efficient thingy, but we went from 9,500 to 43,000, which is pretty good, and I'm planting canola again. And then we'll have pretty good supply of everything. Obviously, we'll need to fertilize these as well, but I'll do that in different episodes. I also did a couple of jobs in field 10. It is field 10, right? Field 10. The next one was plowing, which I was just like, nah, I can't be bothered doing that. I guess the trailer can go in here, seeing as it's a shelter that can be driven all the way through. It's nice and convenient. Let's leave the case attached as well. The mass you can also just go over here. It's looking a bit messy over there because I was doing a bit manually because I was like, why do I need to have the worker going when I'm just sat there, you know? So I put some music on and I just did a bit of the work myself, so I'll clean it up afterwards. But yeah, pretty productive day. I'll just keep slowly getting the field 10 ready for if we choose to do the forestry idea in it. And, you know, if we do, then we do. If we don't, well, there's no harm done, right? So, I'll probably get this part sort of over here again, because we're going to be doing fields 19 and 24 next, once they're fully grown. Should be, what, 2 stages away? Fully fertilized, yeah, 2 stages, because they need to be next to fully grown and then harvested. Or I guess this is fully grown, the dark green. But yeah, fully fertilized, and then worker H is on the last pass, which is perfect. See, I'll probably just go back and forth, perpendicular at each end, clean up those bits, and I'm gonna also think maybe there's a place that we could do more forestry. Sadly, not really near the sawmill. That's the problem, because we've had that southern forest that we've cleared out. That's kind of far away. And then there's this other place that's like south of where Goldcrest Pacific Grain is. This is apparently also a forest across the river. But again, if it's all lumpy bumpy, that'll be really difficult to actually do forestry in, you know? It does kind of look like it's the case. I'm also not sure what that thing on the map is. Above field 20. Anyway. Mr. Vulture is done, so I'll just finish this up, and I think I'll also end the episode here, because... actually, I might not go perpendicular, I might just go up and down. I'm going to end the episode here, because we've done pretty well for today, and I'm going to do something I don't usually do, and I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. I think that's the smart thing to do. So, hopefully, you've enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to go ahead and hit the like button. Let me know you're enjoying the series. Comment if you wish. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all in the next episode of Farming Simulator 17. I don't know why I'm dragging it out. Anyway guys, yes. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Talk to you all then.